Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Two Drink Minimum, the podcast that said, why sterilize him when we could get him to work for us? The gentleman in front of us has decided to take on employing every fucking retarded person in the city. It's comedy legend, Mike Ward.
I am Mike Ward. You are Pantelis.
Yep.
And my first employee, Poseidon.
Oh, how you doing?
Hello, Poseidon. No, Poseidon, we're
Hey,
fucking with you, but that painting looks nice.
Yeah. And we're right now, it's a heat wave. So it's like fucking 9 million degrees in Montreal. And Poseidon, you don't have AC, right?
Nah.
Fuck. Are you freaking out in your apartment now?
Nah, I just have to slow down my breathing.
Isn't that what people do before they die? Like if you get shot in the stomach and for an illegal reason, we're like, okay, we can bring you to the hospital. Try to slow down your breathing.
But I love how he's like, I just have to slow down my breathing. Like he's in some kind of an action film. I just have to slow down my breathing or get a fan. It's one of the two options you have.
Yeah, no, I have a fan also, but I mean, it's off now for the live stream because it makes noise.
So is it very hot right now in your house?
I closed all the windows. What's weird, actually,
That'll help with the heat.
It was hotter with the window open, and now I closed the windows, and it's not as hot.
Well, I guess that makes sense since it was hotter with the windows open, you said.
Yeah.
I just want you, Poseidon, to feel bad. I want you to know that I'm drinking very hot coffee.
Yes, I drank my coffee earlier.
Delicious. So before we got started, I mentioned, but Poseidon, I guess, didn't hear the details. Sugar Sammy, I was on the phone with him last night, and he let me know that there's a man in Quebec, Poseidon, that was caught on CCTV camera fucking a cow. A cow, Poseidon, okay? Yeah. And it makes you think.
And plus to fuck a cow, like that's a cow is higher than a human. So he had to get a little step ladder. That's there's a lot that goes through, like you got to do a lot of shit before you can fuck that cow.
You got to the decision, the mental gymnastics you have to do to be like, it's better than fucking Sam.
He'd have time to change his mind. Like he'd be, hey mom, where's the step ladder? Why do you need the step ladder? It's my business.
Yeah. Why do you need the step ladder? Are you gonna fuck another cow? You know what's fucked is that when because I didn't get Sugar Sammy told me there's a video out there that people are watching, but I just saw the stills in the, like they had it on the news website, and from the black and white photos that I saw, it wasn't one cow. There was like 3 cows around him, so he also had to pick a cow.
Oh shit. And did he this was on the news? What the fuck is wrong with Montreal television?
There's not much happening, Mike.
Someone at the fucking CFCF 12 or whatever was like, look, too much fucking coronavirus bullshit. We need other stories. There's a dude in Quebec that fucked a cow. Perfect.
Yeah. Lead with that story.
It's because I've been
top story. But it's not Quebec City, right? It's a little town.
Yeah,
I hope it's not Quebec City.
Beauce or some shit. Beauce.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever heard about it. Beauce.
Yeah, Beauce. Yeah, but I used to have jokes about people fucking goats in Beauce, like when I like 20 years ago.
Yeah, but 20 years ago, goats were the thing. Now cows are the fad.
Yeah. Cows are the new goat.
And cows are the new goat. Yeah, they're taking over.
Yeah.
And that's a fucked up thing because no matter what you do, people will forget about it. But you fuck one cow, you're always going to be a cow fucker in that place. Yeah. Why couldn't you fuck a goat like a normal local?
I wonder if he blamed social distancing.
I'm staying away from people. I'm just trying to help you guys.
That would have been a nice deterrent. This is what you do when you lock people up.
we fuck cows.
This is what happens when you lock people up. Social distancing got to me. You could have used it as a deterrent.
Yeah. And then they're like, sir, that footage was filmed in January.
Yeah. The best would be if he's trying to like reason with his friends. He's telling his buddy, you told me to fuck the cow. He's like, I meant Rachel. I meant the fat chick down the street. I did not mean a literal cow. Oh shit, Mike doesn't know.
Last time I was in Beauce, I really like La Beauce, and there was I stopped to get, I don't know what, like at some store, and there was a cop with the radar gun, and Kristen, my opening act, was like, can do you mind? Could I use that? And then the guy was like, okay, no problem. So then she was like checking to see how fast people were going. And then she was taking pictures of herself. And then the guy realized, he was like, don't put that anywhere. I could lose my job.
Yeah, no, it's just her taking over for him.
Yeah, it's her with the radar gun. And then there's me and Preach. So like, and Preach is probably the first black guy that's been in that town ever.
And he
So
took
people
over.
saw that, they'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with this cop? He's giving his gun to people, and a black dude isn't being shot right now.
Oh, dude, it's fucking crazy. Abba and Preach posted. There's a singer called Doja Cat. We were talking about on the live stream on Sunday. I don't know if you heard what happened with her. She, well, first of all, I found out she has a song called "Bitch I'm a Cow," which related to our first story of the day. But she is, I think, half black, half white, and she went online at some racist chat roulette thing and was talking shit about black people or something like that. And Abba and Preach talked about her, and then she called him out in an Instagram video. She's like,
oh, really?
Yeah, she responded in an Instagram video. I was like dying. She's like, these guys, Abba and Preach. I was like, ah, shit. Yeah, she replied to them, and then they responded to the reply.
Yeah, it was weird because when I first saw it, like I didn't really look into it that much, but it said she was talking shit about black people on white supremacist thing.
Yeah, but if
And
you're
I
gonna
was
talk
like,
shit about black people,
but-
that's the best place to do it.
Yeah, but I was like, she's not even white. So she like, those are bad white supremacists if they're having a black chick on. Today on fucking white supremacy, we have the cast from the Jeffersons.
Yeah, because they're all black. Like, we hate black people. What about the hot one? No, she's cool, bro. Exceptions got to be made. They're not even good racists.
Yeah. Shitty. What a bunch of shitty racists.
Yeah, they're not even good at being racist. But that's the other thing I don't know. Do we find out, are they really racist? Because I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking, how is they called her white supremacist if she's half black? And how are they racist if they're all hanging out with a black girl?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
They're not, yeah.
Either they're the worst racists.
Talking shit.
Yeah, maybe they were just fucking around. You know when you joke around?
Yeah.
And maybe we took it out of context. I don't know. I don't want to do more digging because I only care enough to joke around about it, but I don't care enough about this story to get the details.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a kink thing.
Yeah, that's what Abba said on his show. That's what I saw. He said that he thought maybe it was a kink thing where she likes being called, she likes people dropping the N-bomb on her. It makes her feel good. Weird shit like that. But
and sex with her must be weird.
Dude, if you're involved, it's definitely weird.
Well, why do you think it'd be weird to have
imagine
sex
you're
with
fucking her
and she doesn't have a penis.
And she goes, call me an N-word. Like that's so weird. I don't know.
That's not weird, Poseidon. You do it for free. Well,
yeah, you're like, she can read my mind.
Yeah. Fucking black psychic.
Goddamn. She's a black psychic. She's half white, but her half black part is 100% psychic.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's so weird, Poseidon. Oh, man. By the way, so the video that I posted of Poseidon that I made from all the footage that I got, dude, Mike, he's a fucking weirdo because he tapes him. He talked to himself for maybe 3-4 hours. I have like footage of him talking to himself and going in the park. And there's a whole 20 minutes where he's sitting on the grass. People are walking around him and he's talking and joking to himself like he's answering his own questions. We could use a lot of that footage if we ever want to get him arrested because it is psychotic. He's like, this motherfucker was looking at me,
and then for entertainment.
And then I saw his girlfriend, and I saw her talking shit because I was smoking. And then she's like, "This smells like your father's living room," because I think her boyfriend's father probably smokes. Like he's jumping to these weird conclusions. But then they looked at me, and I was looking at them like a guy who's looking at them, thinking, "I'm not like your father." And then I thought they were gonna say something, but they didn't say anything because they're bitches. And I was like, "What the fuck is he saying? This is psychotic shit. This is psycho shit."
He solved that mystery though. Yeah. He's like, that's the worst CSI ever.
Yeah, it's so crazy, Mike. Like I was like, fuck, Mike has to see this footage. Like I'm gonna send you the videos just so you look at them, like unedited, just to see how crazy he is. But the man's a loon.
Oh, come on, man! I thought I was doing it for. I was doing that. I thought it was gonna be funny.
I didn't even include that in the video that I made because I was like, this is too incriminating. Like it looks psychotic. Like,
Oh, and you released this week the video of him falling down the stairs. That
Yeah.
looked so fucking painful.
yeah, it did look painful, Poseidon.
You know how sometimes you see people fall down the stairs and you're like, haha, that's funny. But this one was like, oh, fuck. Like your knee's going to be fucked up when you're 50.
Yeah, like everything about that hurt.
Oh,
Yeah.
my legs are already fucked as they are.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Even with the added bonus of. By the way, Mike, who do we give credit to for that painting behind Poseidon? I really like. That's you in the canary, right? Someone painted that.
Yeah, I've no idea who sent that. It was a fan that sent that. Yeah, it'd be good if I knew her name.
So shout out to the fan who did that. That's if you
Shout
look
out to
behind.
whoever did that.
Yeah, behind Poseidon, he got it as a gift from Mike to decorate the home. It's a painting of Mike with a canary because Mike had done that speech talking about how comedians are the canary in the coal mine, and it's actually a really really cool painting. We just don't know who it was, so if you could post if it's your name, just post in the comments, just so we know who you is.
And there's a dude this week. You guys saw it, right, on social media that did a drawing of Poseidon as
as the god of the sea, Poseidon.
god,
Little Elf, I think his name is Little Elf.
Yeah, that was
Elfie,
was really cool.
Yeah. He's working on another one now. He sent me. He put on Instagram. It's halfway done.
Okay.
More ancient god related stuff. Oh. So yeah, we're getting a lot of cool fan paintings.
When I saw that, I was like, "Fuck, we should try to develop a cartoon of Poseidon."
It's a very good idea, but I don't know. Do we know anyone that can make it? Because it must be hard to make a cartoon properly.
I know people, but I'm not sure if they charge us like a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Yan used to do cartoons.
Yan knows how to make cartoons?
Like he did animation, and it was really good, but he's super slow.
Okay,
I'm
mentally,
not saying
you're talking about?
talk shit, but
you're talking shit about Yan's mental capacity?
Yeah.
He's just a retard. It's like, God damn it.
Very slow.
Yeah.
He gets the drawings done instantly, but just super slow.
Yeah. He's very, exactly. It takes him about a month to give it to him. He keeps forgetting who this was for. No, but it takes a long time to do that shit. Plus, he's busy. He's doing all those podcasts, documentaries, and shit.
Yeah.
So we would have to find like an independent.
Like when I used to work at Teletoon, get one of those guys to like, because it could be like very basic. Like it doesn't have to be fucking like the Simpsons. It can be like even like South Parkish.
South Parkish would be fun.
Yeah,
but even that's not easy.
Yeah,
all that shit is super difficult. Look at Poseidon; he's saying absolutely nothing. He's like, just make a cartoon of me, folks. But
I think it would be awesome.
Poseidon, would you write it? Would you write the stories that would happen in there?
Yes.
Yeah. What's episode 1?
Well, I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I will have to sit and think about it.
Well, where would you like to start?
Episode 1.
Yeah.
I have no clue. Hold on.
Yeah, this is good on a live broadcast.
Hold on,
this is guys. Hold on. Let me think about this for a second.
It'll be way easier to draw that animated series though, because it'll just be shots of Poseidon just staring blankly.
And then it says 4 hours later. Okay, listen, I got it, bro. What if I'm just thinking?
The people like in the series, there's a woman getting raped and she's screaming out to her god, please Poseidon, come save me, and he's just staring. He's like, wait a second, let me think.
Yeah. And then after the guy leaves, like, I don't know how to do anything. You see, it just took care of itself. Nature.
Yeah.
Circle of life.
Problem fixed itself.
So I don't know if you saw, Mike, but a lot of people are getting in shit for going outside now, even though the government said you could have people meeting up now. They're still cracking down. And it doesn't seem like it's going to stop. I feel like a lot more and more people are getting fed up as the weeks go by.
Yeah.
And this quarantine thing is going to become a thing of the past. People don't take it seriously anymore.
I have a friend that the cops went to his house twice last week.
Why? Was it real cops or stripper cops?
No, real cops. And but both times it was because he had his neighbors over. So it was another neighbor, I guess, that called. But there were like 6 in the backyard. And like 6 people outside isn't excessive.
No, it's not excessive. And also, fuck you. I'm a private citizen. I'm not.
Yeah.
They're coming here of their own volition. I'm not kidnapping people. I don't know, Mike. I think they're overdoing it. These cops.
Yeah.
It's not even their fault actually. It's the city that's making them do it. You know, I'm pretty sure the cops would like to be fucking doing regular cop shit. You know.
Yeah.
Especially now that there's no more lineups at the donut shops, they have other shit to do. I don't think they want to be going backyards and ruining parties.
Yeah.
Well, man, I don't know what happened today, but I was on my balcony smoking, and all kinds of sirens were going off. I was like, "What happened?" Sounded like something serious happened.
Did you drop your cigarette? I dropped my cigarette in a puddle of gas.
Yeah, he blew something up.
I don't know what was going on.
Whoopsie.
Nowadays,
that'll be the first episode.
Poseidon, right now, if you go look at the news, they're probably like, the police were handling a high-profile picnic case. There was 8 people having a picnic, like a bunch of savages. Yeah, that's probably what it is.
And have you guys seen the new normal that the Trudeau government released?
No, what the new normal?
It's like they place like little stools in front of the businesses, and people wait on each individual stool. They can sit down, and it's 6 feet of distancing. Yeah, I saw it was an article.
Did Trudeau's stool have a dildo on it?
Yeah. Why?
And but then in the drawing it shows people crossing the sidewalk, but they're not 6 feet from the people who are waiting in line.
And the fucking stool is to make sure people respect the 2 meters, but you're sitting on a stool, your hands are touching the stool. So if you want us to fucking, why are you giving us stuff to touch?
Yeah.
I think they're preparing us for something much bigger.
Like what, Poseidon?
Some communist type shit's gonna go down.
Look, I think they're taking advantage of this, and they're trying to see how much they can get away with. Because you're right, Mike. A lot of this doesn't make any sense. It's like you're making it harder. Just tell me where to stand. A meter, okay, I'll wait. Why are you adding shit to the mix, to the equation?
And they're trying to. Like I read, there's not gonna be we're not going back to an old normal that's done. This is the new normal now. We have to prepare for the new normal.
Who said this?
Yeah.
The article. My phone's charging. You want me to read it for you?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me go get my phone. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck, Poseidon's good at podcasting.
Yeah.
But Mike,
fuck.
Look at him go.
He's like a golden girl trying to run.
Yeah.
Like he's got the. Oh fuck.
I like how he said, "Dude, I'm fully healed. My legs are great."
Yeah.
That's Poseidon at 100%. That's a fully healed
You walk
Poseidon.
like a robot.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You know what? I'm curious. I'm curious, Mike, about what our rights are moving forward if we find out that, like, let's say we find out that you have antibodies or you're not at risk or something, right? Why would your life have to be limited if you're not in danger? Why would they have to treat you like you're in danger? Right? Like, where does it end?
I'm just hoping they get a fucking vaccine as fast as possible.
I'm hoping that stupid hospital that I called. There's one hospital that does those fucking antibody tests, and the lady I spoke to on a Thursday was or on a Wednesday, whatever, was super nice to me. And then she said, "Just call back tomorrow morning. I'll get you. We'll get you an appointment for Friday." So we were all gonna go last week, and then I had a different girl when I called in the morning, and she was being a cunt. And she's like, "No, I'm not gonna accept you if you don't get a note from a doctor. So you want me to go to a doctor and ask another doctor to tell me to come see you to give me? It's my body, my choice. I want to make this fucking test, you know." And it's just that's the shitty thing when you fall on people that you give them a little bit of power and they fucking abuse it. That's what fucking sucks.
If anyone's listening right now that works in a hospital or a clinic that has those antibody tests, I'd pay cash. Like,
yeah, we just want to get tested, see if any of us have the antibodies, if we've already caught the virus.
If you can steal 5 tests, I'll give you $2,000.
But I think we might be able to get tests quickly. If not, because I saw that even a guy from Cyprus, a Greekster, invented a new test that takes an hour to get results for antibodies only.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, but so there's a lot of tests coming out. So hopefully we get something soon. Poseidon?
I think what should happen, but it won't. But if people can get those tests, it'd be amazing to open up, like you could do shows again, but just in front of people that have been infected.
Yeah. Or even, I don't know, Mike. I don't know what maybe someone
people
that want to take
like
a chance.
You tell people, look, this is there's no social distancing in this room, so come, If you
Come
guys want to
prepared.
risk it, risk it.
Yeah,
So Poseidon, what's the story?
I can't find it, but
Good job. What a waste of time.
But yeah, but I did find articles of Trudeau saying that there's going to be a new normal, that nothing is
Yeah.
ever going to be the way that it was and shit like that, and that everyone's going to have to wait in line now for everything with 6 feet apart and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna be the new fucking normal.
No.
No. That's stupid. First of all, why are they saying that right now? They're like, one week they're saying we should have followed Sweden. Then the next week they're like, we have a new normal. You got to stay away from people. Those are two fucking complete opposite ideas. What are we doing? One day they're like, don't wear masks. They're useless. The next day they're like, you better fucking wear your mask. Like, they're fucking with us at this point.
Yeah.
They're fucking with us.
And then there was that whole thing about the households. You remember?
No.
Did you say that?
No.
What households?
The 10 people from 3 households.
Oh, yeah. In the city now they said 10
What
people
if
from
it's
3
8
households.
people? Yeah.
What if it's 8 people from, what did you say, Poseidon? If it's 8 people from 4 households?
Yeah, exactly.
Then that's illegal, Poseidon, and you need to go to jail.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
It makes a lot of sense. We don't want to have an extra house involved.
Yeah. Weird fucking times.
Yeah.
I did. I got I was telling you before we got the air. I got on the air. I got a Oculus Quest.
Yeah, tell us about that. The virtual reality.
It's really cool. I got it cheap too. I got it on Amazon. I ordered one because Pierre was telling me about it. I paid $6.99 Canadian for the 128 gig version.
Okay.
And then I tried it. I was like, "Oh, this is amazing! I should get a couple of other ones just to give people." And it's gone up to like 1,100 Canadian.
Yeah, everything went
in a week.
Even your microphone, you know the Shure SM7Bs that we have. They're $499, $500 microphones. A week and a half ago, they were on Amazon for $950.
Oh shit!
Yeah, because everyone's trying to start a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a cam link is like how much was it before? It was a lot less. It was like 100 something.
A cam link has never been 100 something.
How much has it been?
It's $2-3 bills.
Oh well, now it's like 600.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna stop doing this podcast. I'm just gonna sell my cam link, make some money.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mike, I want to hear about the VR.
Everyone is trying to like just every industry that's can make money is trying to make as much money as they can.
Yeah.
Which is okay like that, but some people are just going overboard.
Yeah, I think the 200% over. I think that's way too much.
Like I just bought a house in the country, and everyone was telling me, "Oh fuck, you'll get like construction guys out in the country that they do it for next to nothing." And fuck, are they expensive? They're like 5 times more expensive than they are in Montreal. So just because there's only like 2 guys that know what they're doing, and one of my neighbors is a fucking piece of shit that he's always he goes up and asks the employees if they have their papers if they're legal to work on the property.
Whoa, hold on! Your neighbor asks people working on your. Do you know how fast I'd fucking kick him off my property?
Yeah, well, when I found out, I got really angry. And then we told, my wife told him to fuck off. And then the next day, that guy who was asking my construction guy if he had permits and all that, he was on my land, helping the guys out. Like, I guess to sort of make things all right. But it just
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
get the fuck out of here. I hate people like that. Snoopy motherfucker. Mind your goddamn business.
Yeah. My other neighbor's really cool, though. I have one neighbor that's amazing, and the other one that just did that one thing. He doesn't seem that cool.
No, that's not a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
I don't understand this. No, sorry. Go ahead.
What don't you understand?
English.
This rat mentality that people have. It pisses me off.
Yeah, there's a rat mentality now. Like, people are calling on their neighbors, too, and... Like, first, anybody who says that during the time of World War II, even if they were in Germany, they wouldn't have supported the Nazis. If you're calling the cops, tell them that your neighbors are having a party, or that there's 3 people on the porch, and you know that they're not from the same house, you would have 100% joined the Nazis. Yeah, 110%. You have no reason to rat them out, and you're ratting them out. You would have 100%. You would have murdered Anne Frank.
Yeah. Or if you didn't join the Nazis, you would have still call them to tell them where Anne Frank was.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Look, I know where Anne Frank is hiding. And they're like, "Ma'am, we didn't even know who that is." Oh, you're gonna you're gonna want to know when you get there. It's one of them Jews. Yeah, 100%. If you're one of those people, you would have 100% done that back in the day. And then you would have been like, "What? I'm just following orders. It's just that's what we're doing here." Because that's what they're saying. That's the excuse now.
Yeah.
Is it same thing with cops, right? We're just following orders. Dude, I never accept that as a fucking answer. Like we have, Mike, you've been in situations where we would have to follow orders, right? Do the norm, and we don't do it if it's fucking wrong. I'm like, no, I won't do it. It's fucking stupid. I'm not gonna do it. So there's no reason for people to use that as an excuse. Just shut your mouth. Don't get involved.
Yeah.
Your neighbors are fucking jogging. Your neighbors are fucking hanging out, and you know they're not from the same house or whatever. Just don't get involved. Don't hang out with them if you're scared to catch something, and don't call the fucking cops on them. It's their problem. The rest is all bullshit.
Yeah. I wonder if that's for every city. I feel that people are like that in Montreal. They're definitely like that in New York and LA. But I wonder if like Middle America or like the rest of Quebec or Canada is like that, or if it's just a bigger city thing.
You might be right. Actually, it might be a bigger city thing because I saw last month a video somewhere in the States. It was a town where a woman in front of her kids, they were playing in the park. She has like 2 kids. And it was just them playing in the park. The cops showed up and arrested the mom in front of the kids because you weren't supposed to go to parks because of the coronavirus or whatever. And the whole town showed up at the cop's house. And then they had to have a police line in front of the house. And they're like, we're not going to hurt him. We're just fucking protesting in front of his house. What? We're peacefully protesting. And they were fucking yelling at him. They go, you fucking idiot. In front of, what did you prove? By arresting a woman in front of her kids. Yeah. Like, how did that help stop spreading the virus? And the guy was not protected, no mask, no nothing. It's like, you're all idiots, you know? Yeah. Same thing, I shared a video on my live stream on Sunday at the cafe that we go to. We went to get coffees right before we went to the studio. And 20 minutes later, the cops showed up. There was about 4 people sitting there. And 8 cops showed up, 4 cop cars, to get everyone to leave. You're not allowed to hang out together like outside, even though they were 2 meters apart, right? So the rules are just changing. They keep changing the goalposts. Yeah. And the cops were yelling about social distancing, but they weren't wearing masks and they were getting up in people's face, and the cops were all next to each other too. Like they weren't, you know how crazy it is? They're telling people, you better have a mask, you better respect social distancing, while not doing it themselves. Yeah. It's all stupid shit. People aren't thinking about what they're saying. They're just doing it and not thinking about how stupid it is.
Yeah, I feel like people, are just getting aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm being more and more calm, like with people, even in the building. I'll see them in the elevator. I'm getting actually like I don't care. I'll just, find my corner. And then there's some people where like the elevator's going down and they'll go to walk in and they'll see me like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. And they'll get out, apologize, and wait for an empty elevator, which is hard because there's like hundreds of people in the building.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
What floor are you on?
10th. I'm on the top floor.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so you're not gonna walk up and down those stairs.
No, but also for me, especially if I'm going down, there's no chance anybody else took it before me because I'm the first stop to go down. And if I'm coming from the basement, if people are in there, I'll go in the elevator. Like I told you, that one guy that was making a scene when this first started, he's like, whoa, and I had groceries, and he's like, he was wearing a mask, he had gloves. He's like, we can't all take the elevator. I go, why the fuck not? He's like, oh, there's a virus. It's either I take it or you guys take it. I was like, okay, so get the fuck out. And then I took the elevator.
You think, if a guy has a bunch of bags and the other one doesn't, as soon as you say, look, only one of us could use it.
Yeah, like, get the fuck out.
I'm not gonna win.
Yeah. Like I'm not gonna. What kind of choice are you giving me here? And also, I'm gonna walk in regardless. Like you can't make up your own rules now. You don't own the elevator, you're scared. I respect that. Get the fuck off the elevator.
Man, yesterday I saw a video similar to this. It was so basically it was a dad and his son, and they helped one of his friends move into a new apartment complex.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he gave them the key to go use the pool. It's a pool on the property. You need a key to access it. And this lady that said she was that just lived in the building, said that she was the manager of the building, which turned out she wasn't, started screaming at them, who the fuck are you? Get the fuck out of the pool. No, there's that.
I am the manager here.
You're not allowed to be in the pool. There's a panda. Like, she's just screaming. And then she's like, I'm the manager. And then the guy goes to her, okay, if you're the manager, get the key and open the door and come in. And she didn't even have a key. She couldn't even go in.
Oh,
she was like,
fuck.
Yeah.
It's all these Karens.
Man.
And you'd
like this
figure,
is pissing me off.
You figure, a guy in a pool isn't fucking spitting out hit the virus, but a woman yelling at the top of her lungs is definitely, if she's infected, everyone's infected.
Also, there's chlorine in that pool. That's the safest place to be.
Yeah.
You have water and fucking chlorine. What are you talking about? That's where we all should be right now, is in a fucking pool that's bleached up.
Yeah, just don't swallow the water.
Yeah. Well, even if you swallow the water, Poseidon, it kills it. That's why you're using the hand sanitizers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kills it. So I'm just saying, it's people are fucking need to calm their
Did
shits.
you see that woman in Central Park that she was holding her dog, but it wasn't on a leash? And it's a guy filming her, and he goes, lady, can you put your dog on a leash? And then she's like, don't tell me what to do. And she starts yelling at him.
How big was the dog?
And then she's like, stop filming me. I'm going to call the cops. And he's like, just put your dog on a leash. And she's like, I'm going to call the cops and I'm going to tell them you're threatening me. And then she calls the cops and she's like, there's an African-American who's threatening me.
And my dog. He said he's going to eat him.
And the fucking poor dog isn't on a leash and she's holding him by the collar. And you hear the dog crying because his fucking owner is a fucking stupid bitch.
Yeah, that's what he's saying in dog.
Yeah. And it was the place where she got her dog was a dog rescue place. They took it back.
Oh,
and
really?
She had it for 2 years. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, they tweeted out. They're like, we're taking this dog back.
Good. I was looking at a rescue place last night. I was looking at, because they're all in Vermont, these dogs now.
Yeah.
And they sent an email back. They're like, the border is closed till the end of June. I was like, okay, so well, if the dog is still available, maybe I want to come down and get another fucking dog. Like, you don't got to tell me what's happening at the border. Also, I know Mexicans. A closed border is not going to stop me. Just let me know if the goddamn dog is still available. I didn't ask you border questions.
It's weird how I found out when the kennel took the dog back that getting a dog is like kind of like getting an Oscar. If you fuck up, they can just take it back.
Do they take back Oscars?
Yeah, they take back Oscars if you fuck up.
That doesn't make any sense. Like, I already won it.
Yeah, but it's like if you get caught in a pedophilia scandal or anything rape related, unless you're
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, or what the Polanski.
Oh yeah, so if you're banging kids, it's cool.
Yeah, so but they can take it back. I don't know for what reason though, because Polanski still has his, and Weinstein has a bunch of them, right?
Yeah, but because I don't understand taking it back, because I don't know what that changes. Like, let's say that year you were voted the best director, for example, right?
Yeah.
If they take it back, then there was no best director. Like, you already won it; it's already done. So it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense taking it back. Also, I would never physically give it back. I'd be like, "Fuck you, this is my Oscar."
Yeah. I'd tell them I lost it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't tell them anything. I don't think they'd want to talk to you, because if they had to go to that extreme lengths, you probably banged a kid.
Yeah. But I for some reason I think I heard, like I'd forgot, but I think they did that because people started trying to sell them when eBay came around.
Oh, that's
amazing.
amazing.
For an old actor from like that hasn't made any money since the 60s or 70s, you could probably sell an Oscar for like at least 20, 30 G's, right?
I don't know. I wouldn't pay 20, 30 G's. I don't know what like a real Oscar to have.
Yeah, someone like that has a shit ton of money, like an Arab sheik.
Does the Oscar get your name on it, or are they all nameless?
No, you get your name on it. So you'd buy a shitty Oscar written like best sound in a short.
Yeah, exactly. That would be weird.
Yeah.
That I would have
but
to.
But it's an Oscar.
It's an Oscar. But I'd like to change the name on it. Be like best sex scene, and then it has my name, and then someone that I hate, his mom's name under. You like that, Poseidon?
Best anal, and it's your name, and then the guy's dad.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, exactly. And then you purposely set up a situation where he's gonna have to see it. He's like, hey, what the fuck? Yeah, dude, your dad, fabulous. That's a good revenge tactic.
I had a weird dream yesterday because I just started going back out into the real world, and for some reason I had won tickets to the CFL, right, the Canadian Football League.
Does that still exist?
It does, but not this year. Okay. And then my wife was like, why are we going to see? And I was like, because I won the tickets. So we were on our way to the stadium. Then I told my wife, look, don't touch anything. But they were giving out free raisins. So I got a big bowl of raisins. I don't even like raisins. And then I was just eating raisins and fucking opening doors for people. And
What
I
a
woke up-
random thing.
Yeah, I woke up like it was a fucking nightmare. I was like, why am the raisins are gonna kill me?
Why are you eating raisins? What a fucking random dream.
I fucking hate raisins. And the tickets, I don't even remember. Like, if I won tickets now, I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
But especially like, I've nothing against the CFL, but like if you're gonna go out in a stadium with 100,000 people, you want it for something that you're willing to get infected for,
Not the
to
CFL.
watch dudes that aren't quite good enough for the NFL.
That's such a polite way of saying the CFL is shit.
No, but I used to go a lot,
Uh-huh.
and they're fun games, but the caliber isn't like the NFL.
No, obviously, or else they'd be in the
Yeah.
NFL.
Yeah, exactly.
I
But the thing I like, there are more passes because the different rules. It's just 3 downs instead of 4.
yeah.
So it's just they're passing all the time, and I rather watching the quarterback throw than people just trying to run 2 yards.
Do you think if the NFL would expand and allow the CFL to be merged as a new conference, do you think that they would lose every single game against an NFL team?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it would be
There
bad.
are some good, like I think every CFL team has like 2 or 3 guys that are NFL caliber.
but it's
like
not enough.
But yeah. No, they definitely lose.
Yeah, no, I don't like it. I want to get into it because it's Canadian, but it's fucking shit. I
Yeah.
don't like it.
But I used to have the reason why I used to go. I got season tickets, and I was 50. I was at the 50-yard line, first row. I bought for the half season, and they were like less than $100 a game for like the best seats possible.
I'd like to get season tickets for like the Montreal Impact at some point in my life.
Yeah.
Just but I don't have anyone that would want to go watch the games with me. Watch the soccer? Nobody gives a fuck. It's just me. Like I'm the only one.
Yeah, I'd like to. I've never been to see an Impact game,
So we'll go together.
and they seem fun.
Yeah, Jean Thomas, I think would go too, because I think we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even spoke to him about going to a game during the Champions League here, but then the coronavirus happened, so I think everything got canceled. But yeah, it might be a good idea. Oh, I saw. So I guess everyone's watching a lot of TV now, Netflix, all that shit. There's a show on Netflix called History 101.
Okay, yeah.
It's a new show. It's very poorly researched, for the record, just in case anybody watches and they're like, wait a second, that's not accurate. I believe you, because a lot of stuff that I was like, what the fuck? That just Google it. That's clearly not true. Very little research. However, some of it is interesting. There's the last one, I think it was the last episode, was about AIDS. Okay, it was about the AIDS epidemic. And it's interviewing. First of all, it starts off and you're like, that sentence doesn't make any sense. There's a guy talking. He's like a Southern guy. He's like, I think the homosexuals are ruining the rodeo. No, yeah, the homosexuals are ruining the good name of the gay rodeo. And I was like, what? What does that mean? How is this a real sentence? Who's fucking behind this? So it's talking about, AIDS and people being scared of AIDS during the time, and you hear them talking to people and it's so ridiculous. They're like, I ain't gonna touch these homosexuals. What if I get the AIDS? And you're like, oh fuck, they really didn't know. It's kind of like how we are now with the pandemic. They don't know how it spreads, so they're just fucking saying anything. And I was like, oh, that's pretty fucking funny. And then there's a woman, she's talking, and this video was taken in the 80s, right? And it has, people's title under. And it had her name, like Elizabeth whatever, and then Gay Task Force. And I was like, Gay Task Force? What? The government is way too big. What do they do? Like, how gay is this task force? Where's this funding coming from? And what are you tasked with? What does a gay task force do? Do they go in with no guns? They just go pew 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 pew. Like, what's a gay task force?
Are they pro-gay or anti-gay?
I couldn't tell, because the woman, she only talked for a bit. At first, I thought she was pro-gay, but then I saw a gay task force. I was like, she's trying to eliminate the gays, military style. I was like, what the fuck's happening here? And then everyone comes up with that stupid excuse, as usual. Oh, we're trying to figure out what's going on here. It's not the AIDS that's killing people. It's the fact that the AIDS gets rid of all the white blood cells and then something else kills them. I hate when people say that. It's like gunshots. You know? It's not. It wasn't the bullet. It was all the bleeding that killed him. Yeah. It's because he fucking got shot, right? We're not making these excuses. And it wasn't the AIDS, bro. It was the beatings behind the nightclub. That's how he died. Like,
Yeah, there's something that happened with AIDS. I don't know when, but it used to be you'd say, okay, that guy got AIDS. And now if you say that, they're like, no, he got infected with HIV. And yeah, but it's the same thing.
yeah, that's what it is. It's AIDS, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's AIDS. I don't know why. Like, I think that's just we know way too much about AIDS.
Yeah,
right
and we're
now.
getting
I
way
miss
too
the good old
technical.
days when we just called it AIDS and we were afraid of the gays.
Yeah, but that's what it was. It shows, it drew for me at least a lot of parallels to right now, because I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, because gay people were like, well, I don't have AIDS. I don't know nothing. Like, no, we don't know how it spreads. What if it touches me and I get the AIDS? And I was like, that's how it is now with the coronavirus. People just don't know. They're like, oh, you're too close, man. You know, they're like choking you out. So I was like, oh fuck, we're reliving history again.
You know how freaky it'll be in 4 years when we find out the coronavirus was always
Sexually
through
transmitted.
anal sex.
Yeah.
We're like, why were all of these fucking orderlies fucking banging the old people?
Oh, dude, before we came on, my buddy Homer was. So remember when we talked about a few weeks ago that guy that got arrested when we first started talking with the old folks' homes? The guy that was
Yeah.
beating and raping people?
Yeah.
So I saw him on the news. You know, I showed him. Right now, you can't even find an article about him. It's like they're hiding. Like, I don't know if the old folks' homes here would be liable for the rapes, but you
Really?
can't. Yeah, you can't find. So he was like Googling, trying to show his friend. And he's like, dude, I can't. Can you send me something? I was like, I don't remember what the guy's name was, but I saw him on the news. And he's like, I can't find anything on him. I can't find anything about the rapes, anything about the beatings. Like, it's like the old folks' homes, nothing happened.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Well,
weird.
That's kind of what they did with the Human Rights Commission. Those two pedophiles that I talk about on stage.
You couldn't find it anywhere.
Like whenever you Google their names now, the only thing you see is me talking about them.
Really?
Yeah. I think one of the guys, there's one article that's still on there, still on the internet.
Yeah.
And the ex-president, there's like maybe 2 articles about him, which isn't a lot. When you're president of a kind of a major thing, plus a
And you're
human
banging
rights
kids?
thing, and you're fucking little kids, there should be a million articles.
Yeah, it should all be about that.
Yeah, it should be every day. They should be, okay, there's a coronavirus thing. We'll get to that later. But do you remember 7 years ago?
Remember
this piece of
Steve?
shit
Yeah,
fucked
yeah.
the
This
little
piece of
kids.
shit's been fucking kids. Yeah, that's how it should be. Just remind society.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I was watching that and I was thinking about the parallels of today, just because we don't know and how we're reacting.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of funny. Like, I was looking at it, I go, fuck, man, that some of this stuff just didn't age well. It's just like Gay Task Force did not age well.
Yeah.
That looks. And then one guy's he's like, we're gonna stop the spread of AIDS. And like, how? We're gonna teach gays how to use condoms. So then there's like this gay nurse showing a banana and teaching people like they don't know how, and they go, if you do this, you're never gonna get AIDS. And I was like, I don't know if that's the problem. And it's just so fucking weird.
I
to see.
wonder too, like if some of those, like the dumber gays were like, okay, you're gonna fuck me in the ass. Wait a second, I'll put a condom on my dick. Okay, go. So you're getting fucked in the ass with a guy not wearing a condom.
Oh, and you know what it showed, dude? I think you would have had the same thought that I did, and I was laughing, but I was like, only Mike could feel this with me and laugh about it. So it showed like a recent video where I think they went to Africa. It was Rihanna and Prince. It's Prince Harry, right? That's married to Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
And it was them, and it's like, and they're pricking their fingers, and they're like, and they're showing everybody how it's done. They're getting AIDS tests to show everybody how easy it is. And I was like, how funny would it be if the nurse is like, oh shit, yeah, you have AIDS, like right there.
Yeah.
Everyone, I thought this would be the funniest thing, but like my girlfriend didn't find it funny. Like nobody thought it was a funny joke, but I was like, Mike would appreciate this, because I think that would be the funniest thing for Rihanna's like, oh yeah, and she gets pricked, and he's like, Rihanna, you have AIDS, in frfront of everybody, just waiting there, sitting to see how easy it is.
I wonder how long it's gonna take for us to like, because right now we don't know what we're doing wrong exactly.
Yeah.
So like in 2 years we might fucking go, shit, I should have worn that stupid visor all the time, or I can't believe I was wearing a visor.
I can't believe I was wearing a visor, I think would probably be the most likely. But then again, I don't know.
Yeah.
So we could be wrong. You know, I was thinking about this in the bathroom actually. What if we find out that it is actually, like, imagine, you know how we kept telling people like, stop fucking around with Chinese people. They didn't do anything wrong. Imagine the carrier is Chinese people, and we're like, oh shit, I should have been a racist. Like we could have ended all this years ago. Like imagine something ridiculous like that. Like I should have taken part in those beatings.
Like there's a lot of you hear a lot about people online saying we shouldn't blame Asian people in Canada, but I don't think anyone's blaming Asian Canadians or Asian Americans.
I didn't think so either, but Trudeau said they are. That's why I even brought this up, because Trudeau, in the weekend, he had his whole speech. He goes, I'm sick and tired. Stop beating up Asian people in Canada. I was like, what the fuck? And
Is that really happening though?
Yeah, well, also I saw on Facebook, I don't know how true it is, but I saw a comedian talk about how he met someone in the grocery store. He heard someone talking shit to a Chinese older lady, and then he stepped in and said, don't make fun of the Chinese. I don't know how true it is, but he wrote that. And I was like, is that happening? Because I haven't seen it. And I would think that would be the most awkward thing, because everyone's looking at you like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
How the fuck is this random lady responsible for a global fucking virus? What are you talking about?
And plus, if the social justice warrior guy's like, stop making fun of this Chinese lady, and she's like, I'm Vietnamese.
Yeah, that's happening too. Apparently, a Korean kid got stabbed. But here,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know.
What
It's
the
in Montreal. I
fuck?
don't know if it's because it was a hate crime, but they go, he's Korean and he shouldn't have gotten stabbed because he's not Chinese. But then I'm like, well, then are you saying that we should have stabbed the Chinese?
Yeah.
Like that's not what the headline should say. You shouldn't say he was mistaken for a Chinese guy, so he got stabbed. Poor him. You should say poor him for getting stabbed. Period. Because or else you're making it seem like next time find a Chinese guy. Like the fucking news is stupid. So
you know how stupid you have to be to stab someone that's the same ethnicity as someone that started this virus, but had nothing to do with it?
Yeah.
That is so retarded.
But that's what actual racism. That's what it is. It's retarded. Like there's no
fucking stupid. Yeah.
That's what they said. That's what Trudeau said. I don't know how true it is. He's saying that it's happening in the country. You know, I don't know. I don't know how the fuck you could think that could help. Also.
Yeah. 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 You're stabbing the fucking poor Korean guy, and you're thinking, I'm a goddamn hero. Yeah. I just found a cure for the coronavirus. Oh God! They're gonna put me in jail now, but in 4 years they're gonna find out I'm the one that solved this thing.
Yeah, I found the cure. It's this switchblade. Yeah, exactly. Could you imagine if somebody calls the police on himself just because he thinks he's a hero?
Yeah.
He's like, guys, you're not gonna believe this. I fixed it.
And then he says his name, and they go, "Are you the son of that man that stabbed a gay dude in the 80s
to stop AIDS?" Yeah,
I fixed AIDS. No more AIDS.
Oh man, there's a sketch in and that of itself, I think.
It sounds like your dad. It sounds like that kind of a scientist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A superhero that only stabs people.
Yeah, because he thinks it'll make things better. Like, sir, you're only making things worse. No, it's good. It's good. Trust me. No, but I think the Chinese government is never gonna pay for any of this.
No, and they're not gonna admit what they did.
No, and they have everybody by the balls. Like no government is saying. The only person that's saying anything is Trump. Trump's talking shit. Him and that press secretary, they put up a screen the other day and they were pointing and like, this is who fucked this up. And this is what happened here. And they're same thing with Ted Cruz in the Senate. Like they're talking shit, but no other country, no one's doing anything.
Yeah. Well, all the small countries are afraid, or in a small country, I'm talking about even Canada, even though it's a big country, but we're not a lot of people. We can't make anything. So without China, even if we go fuck China, we're never doing business with them again. That means we won't have anything ever again. Like we're not making electronics. I don't want to buy a fucking computer that was made in Quebec City.
Well, here's the thing. Why not? Number one, maybe I do want to buy it, but then you bring up a good point. You bring up a good point because
cost $1 million.
No, that's not true. That's not true. That's fear mongering. That's scare tactics. Why would it cost $1 million? It wouldn't cost $1 million. We'd pay them minimum wage. There's no shipping fees. We're not bringing it over. It'd be roughly the same thing. But the thing is, look at Poseidon, right? Do you really want these types of people building your shit?
Yeah.
That's the issue.
I did my when I bought all my furniture for the house, I was like, I'm just gonna buy stuff that was made locally. So my couch was built in in Mirabel, and I found everything except electronics. It's impossible. Even I was like gonna buy locally. At first, I was like, I'll buy stuff from Montreal, And if I can't get it, then from the province of Quebec, then Canada, and then the States. But like, I couldn't find any TVs that were made in America.
I don't think they make
No
TVs here anymore.
computers. I read online. I think the last TV they made was RCA,
Oh yeah.
but they stopped making them in America.
RCA, huh? I remember RCA. That was a brand.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird brands. Like Best Buy has their like insignia and like their own brands.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know what I found out about Amazon? A cool fucking fact. Not gonna make us happy. It's fucking creepy, but I mean, it's not creepy. It's normal. So you know how they have Amazon Basics?
Yeah.
So they make their own stuff, right? You know how they make that stuff?
No.
They look at the highest selling stuff that people are most likely to reorder and order off, and then they just build them themselves. So like USB
Okay.
cables, all that random shit, they manufacture themselves to make more money, right? But they look at all of your purchasing history. That's how they decide what
Oh.
market they're going to jump into. So they already have the stats. They already know this fucking sells. In a month, we sell 1 million USB cables from this random company in Korea. Fuck it. We're doing it.
Yeah.
That's what. How fucked up is that? So that means that if this would continue, let's say for another 10 years, 95% of what you buy, if they want to invest in that, could come from them because
Yeah.
they have the ability to build anything, right? So, because they have their factory, like they could open up, they have the money, they could open up factories, they can buy companies that make something. So in the future, it could be like and this is not a good thing, but it could just be like one of those old movies where like Amazon, everything is Amazon. Anything you buy is Amazon. TV is Amazon. It's fucking weird, huh?
Like it's it'll be really fucked up when they start making like really expensive things.
Yeah.
Like cars or
whatever you
if
could
you're
buy off
driving
Amazon.
an
Yeah.
Amazon Basic car.
An Amazon Basics car, yeah, an Amazon Basics. That's how, so. Because I was always wondering, whenever I saw the Amazon Basics, I was like, I wonder, because it says it's from Amazon. Like, I wonder what that is. And then I think I found out yesterday. It's they look at the purchases and whatever they see that people buy a lot, like, oh, we're gonna invest in this. We're gonna make our money back. Everyone buys this thing, and then they slowly take over. It's fucked up because they also own the store, right? They own Amazon.
Yeah.
So and now it's their own product. It's kind of like when you go to a pharmacy and you see like the generic brand stuff.
Yeah.
It's almost the same thing as that.
Yeah.
It's except that they're so in charge of what you see, they could literally put whatever item in the back if they want, just to bring their stuff up front. It's pretty cool.
It's a good business model.
Yeah, but it's also a little creepy too. But it's
Yeah.
I mean,
it doesn't seem fair.
it doesn't
but-
seem fair. But I mean, if they have the stats, they're gonna use them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So pretty cool. Yeah, pretty. I don't know if anyone's interested in that, but I thought that was a fucking one of the like a real fun fact, Poseidon.
Yeah. That the first time I hear a fun fact on this podcast.
Yeah. Poseidon, what's the matter? You've been really quiet today. Are you trying to avoid getting shit on you for one episode?
No. I've been listening. You guys have been saying interesting things.
Yeah, well, you're not a spectator, dickhead. You're the third
I feel
mic.
like I'm learning. No, I know, but I feel like I'm learning. But I want to bring something up. I read somewhere that apparently
I'm gonna
Titanic
regret
was an
asking him
inside job.
to. I'm gonna regret asking him to speak. I'm pretty sure. Go on.
I read that Titanic was an inside job.
Did you read that?
The fucking iceberg lobby, Mike.
on.
So someone smuggled that iceberg in their luggage?
Okay. So, in the Titanic, there were 3 men.
Hold on.
Benjamin-
That's already
men.
wrong. There was like thousands of people on that ship.
No. But there
And
were.
this sounds like a joke. There was an Italian, a black guy, and a Polak.
You tell me there was no Jews on that, Poseidon? Because I'm pretty sure if it was an inside job, the Jews did it.
Okay, listen. So there were 3 men that today would have been worth 11 billion, and they opposed the Federal Reserve Bank.
Oh, I'm liking where this is going.
Yeah. So one of them was Benjamin Guggenheim. The other one was Issa
Of the
Strauss,
Guggenheim Press of fame.
and the other one was Jacob Astor.
From Jack
And they
Astor's, the restaurant.
All three died that night. So
How did they die?
hold on.
But that's
Well,
how they were shitty billionaires. Because when you watch the fucking movie, it's all of the rich people leave first, and then the ladies and the kids leave, and it's just the fucking poor guys. Why are
Why is Guggenheim and his
they dying?
homeboys? How did they all 3 of them not make it?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
And also, are you telling me that who planted the iceberg?
No, so it's not a who planted the iceberg. They
It was a
planted
second iceberg.
people who were supposed to warn about the iceberg. they planted specific people that so like that they'd hit the iceberg on purpose type of shit.
But who are the people that were supposed to warn about the iceberg? Were they were on the boat too, though?
Yeah, and how did
Hold
they
on,
know
I'm
there was an
thinking of-
iceberg there?
Yeah.
Satellite imagery, Poseidon.
Isn't it way easier just to give a guy, especially in the early 1900s, give him $4 to shoot Guggenheim in the head?
Yeah.
That's way easier.
Give him a gun,
just-
$4.
Or just go, look, he's going to get on the Titanic. Right before he does, push him in the river.
Yeah.
He has no survival skills.
Or hop on the Titanic, shoot him in the fucking head, pretend you're him.
Yeah. And just shoot him, throw him overboard, and then arrive in New York and live
God.
your life.
Yeah, I guess there could have been that, but because they're saying the novel Futility, an 1898 creation by Morgan Robertson. So it detailed the sinking of an unsinkable ship, and the name of this ship in that book was Titan. It was called Titan, and it looked very similar to the Titanic. It had even the same floor plans and everything. And in the book,
When did this come out, the book?
1898.
And when did the Titanic crash?
19 something,
1912,
14.
I think.
So 1912.
Yeah.
That was like World War One type shit. So you're telling me, Poseidon, that they read the book? Like, this is a good idea. In order to kill these 3 people, we're gonna spend a couple of $1 million creating this fucking ship modeled after this book. That seems so elaborate and complicated.
Yeah.
To just kill 3 people.
But look,
Just murder 3 people.
I'm not saying I believe in this. We always attack me like I believe these things. Like I'm
not
the one that makes them
attacking
up.
you. I'm just trying to we're debating. Me and Mike are debating with you right now.
Yes. And there's whole videos on YouTube and everything saying
But
that how this was just
in the book with the ship that was called the Titan. Does the Titan sink?
yeah, it sinks
Okay.
on in April, the same date as the Titanic.
So you figure the people that wanted to kill Guggenheim, if they were gonna steal the whole ship sinking idea,
Yeah.
they wouldn't name it almost the same exact name, right?
Like in his
guess.
room, you know where it says like enter here. For his room, did it say die in here? Oh, sorry, we fucked up. Let me remove that sign. Like, it seems so stupid. And also, how the fuck, again, I'm gonna ask you this: how did they know about the iceberg? There's no because there's no satellites. Like, how could they know that there was gonna be an iceberg there?
I have no clue.
And they would go right fucking into it.
Yeah.
And what about everyone
think-
else? What about the guy driving? What about the guy captaining? You think he saw the iceberg? He's like, oh, can't wait to fuck with Guggenheim.
That
it doesn't make
fucking
any sense.
Guggenheim piece of shit.
Yeah.
that's
Finally,
what
my
they're
life
saying.
makes sense.
Yeah,
That's
he's
what
like,
they're saying is
but
that-
dude, if you really want to, you're the captain. You could go down with the crew, tie him up, and kill him. You don't need to kill yourself. No, my way's way better.
Yeah, you're freezing in water and going, at least Guggenheim died. I didn't die in vain.
Yeah, it doesn't
Well,
make any
the-
sense.
The whole thing was it was supposed to look like an accident type of thing.
Oh, it looked like a big accident.
Fuck.
So
Yeah,
so
Those are really shitty. If that's true, those are really shitty people. That'd be like finding out that 9/11 only happened because a guy on the 9th floor was cheating on his wife. She's like, I'm gonna get back at you, you motherfucker.
Yeah, a guy was the guy was cheating on his wife. So the wife's like, I got a couple of Arab friends I'm gonna call.
Yeah. I know a couple Arab dudes are kind of gullible.
They've been taking a lot of flying lessons.
My buddy Abdullah Ahmed.
Yeah.
I think I could convince him.
Yeah. And what about the third plane that just fucking crashed? Well, they didn't need any help. The 2 towers were already down. He didn't know what to do. Just ended it. Like, it's such a if that ever becomes a conspiracy theory in the future, people are retarded. This doesn't make any sense, Poseidon. Like, who's believing these conspiracies?
no, but it's already become. And then it says that these 3 men that they were the main opposition to the creation of the U.S. Federal Bank.
Well, no.
And they died by April 1912. And then all the opposition to the Federal Reserve was eliminated. And then in December 1913, the Federal Reserve came into being in the USA, controlled by the Illuminati bankers.
So some of that is true. The Federal Reserve is Illuminati banking. That's for fucking sure. The Federal Reserve is not a good thing. It's a bad thing because they don't control their own currency. And they were probably responsible for Abraham Lincoln's death because he also opposed the central bank. However, like Abraham Lincoln, right? They got him shot in the head during a play.
Yeah. Because they didn't have a ship big enough yet.
Yeah, they're like, if only there was a ship big enough for him to take a vacation and go back.
Like, if someone can invent submarine, and then we get Abraham Lincoln in it
and drown him. Because Poseidon, what I'm saying, I'm not saying that they wouldn't kill people that are opposed to him. They do it all the time.
I had the same thoughts as you.
It's just that is such a stupid way of getting something done.
It's just going overboard. Yeah, like that's just,
which would have been easier. That's what they should have done.
Yeah, and that's just being bad with money. Just like, because it's gonna cost you $9 fucking trillion to kill 3 dudes. But you could get the best hitman in the world
for way less.
For what? Like the most expensive hitman in the world is probably still less than $1 million per murder.
Now maybe more because it depends who the murderer is. Like I think it costs about $1 million something if you want to eliminate like a political figure or something. There's a whole way of doing this.
But it's still cheaper than building the Titanic.
Yeah, this is such a stupid... Poseidon, just to put things into perspective for people that aren't realizing how ridiculous this is, it's the equivalent, 100% the equivalent of the fire trucks and everybody shows up at your building. The building is on fire completely. Everything is destroyed. And like, sir, what happened here? And you're like, I started a fire. Why would you start a fire? There was a burglar in my apartment. There's only one way to get him out. I know a lot of people died, but... guess what? He didn't steal anything. So it's kind of like your dad releasing poison gas in the house in case a burglar comes in, so everyone dies. It's the same level of stupidity. It's too much.
The only thing is, though, at least it's tax deductible, whereas a hitman isn't. So maybe they were like, we could hire a hitman for $11,000, but that's coming out of my pocket. Yeah. But if we build this huge boat, I could put it as a government expense.
Yeah, maybe they had insurance too.
But wait, hold on, Poseidon. If we're talking about Federal Reserve, they just print money. They make it up, so it doesn't matter. They wouldn't need to do that. They could even pay one guy $11 billion. It doesn't matter. They're making it up. Look at it now. They're just printing money.
But I'm actually curious now because I had thought about all these things, but I want to know their arguments to this. So I'm probably going to Google more stuff about this because I'm really curious now.
What
like
could...
the arguments.
Like for this? Like that it's legit?
Yeah, the arguments behind this. Well, I wonder what they are. Like, I'm curious now.
I think you're going to go down a weird rabbit hole, and then in 3 weeks, you'll be a flat earther. Who doesn't?
I'm telling you, Poseidon, the same arguments that are in this are in the same arguments that there's an edge of the world and it's flat and you're going to fall off. And it's the same arguments that all Asian people are spreading the corona. It's the same type of circle of people. It's the same.
No, I know.
It's you're oversimplifying. And at the same time, you're basically oversimplifying like complicated stuff, but you're overcomplicating simple stuff. That's what they're doing. Yeah. They're flipping on their heads, right?
And plus now, like whenever any stupid theory has something on the internet, like if you think that the Earth is flat, if you Google "is the Earth flat," you're gonna find like a bunch of websites that prove that the Earth is flat, or that prove that You can't believe anything anymore on the fucking internet.
No, I know. Well, but I'm not worried about becoming a flat earther. Like I watched a bunch of flat Earth conspiracy theory videos, and I still don't believe that the Earth.
Thank
is
God. Because the biggest thing there, Poseidon, is as a Greek, you should never be a flat earther. Because they say that NASA made up the globe Earth, and as a Greek, you know that's not true. We're measuring the goddamn circumference of the fucking planet thousands of years ago.
I know.
We literally still have statues of fucking Atlas holding up a globe Earth. It's not a NASA invention. And also, this is the thing that fucks with me, Mike, is I always think about what's the goal.
They say that the Earth being a globe, NASA came up with that.
Yeah, and NASA's just lying to people, and that even the photos that they release are fake. Even though NASA does release fake photos, they have had doctored photos. But so let's say, for example, Mike, they brush up photos. They want to. I can understand the reason behind that.
Make it look nicer.
But why would you fake the Earth? Like, what do you win by the Earth being a globe? That's what I was never able to understand. Like, what's the advantage of them lying about that? There's no... Explain that to me.
There's no end game.
There's no end game.
Like, okay, here's the thing. We're gonna pretend like it's round. Why? Money. We're gonna make a shit ton of... How are you gonna make...
We're gonna sell all these cool globes in schools. Look at them, they spin.
Fuck it.
You know what it is? I figured it out. Listen, it's they want high profile criminals to think the Earth is round. So like that, even when they're on the run, they think they can run forever.
They
but
escape
They're
and fall off.
No, they're eventually going to hit a wall, and then it's very easy for them to go and collect the criminal right at the edge of the world.
Well, you have outdone
That
yourself.
actually,
Poseidon.
that actually makes more sense than the Titanic thing.
For some reason, as stupid as that is, Poseidon, that made way more sense than the Titanic. It's not saying much. Yeah, you're not exactly dealing with the upper echelon of conspiracy theories here, but it it definitely makes more sense, and still stupid. Something funny that so Rogan had his this guest on, this guy that he was like debating or talking about, like, you know, what free speech and why are certain people allowed on the internet, other people not. They're saying like Alex Jones shouldn't be allowed because he's dangerous, and then Rogan made an argument, and I was like, oh yeah, he's right. He goes like, why, if you're saying we want to get rid of fake news or whatever, and certain doctors that are speaking out against the way we're handling the coronavirus, they're taking down their videos on YouTube. They don't let them have a say, right? Because they go, it's dangerous, even though they're professionals who have another opinion.
Yeah.
But like, let's say flat Earth videos and all that, they're allowed to be up there. And then the guy's like, well, because flat Earth videos are not dangerous. No one's going to get killed because they're a flat earther. And then I just realized, and Rogan didn't think about it, but I beg to differ. Remember that guy that tried to prove that the Earth was flat and he killed himself?
Yeah.
So it's already taken one life that we know of, right?
Yeah.
So then what the fuck are you talking about? You're just picking and choosing, right? What conspiracies you're going to allow. That's some fuckery right there, Mike. Because when they said it's not dangerous, well, clearly we already saw that any idea, even as stupid as that, if you take someone dumb enough, you could get them to do stupid shit.
Well, look, I saw an article the other day that 3 kids basically got a black widow spider, and they had the black widow spider bite them. Very venomous spider, by the way, so they can become Spider-Man.
Thank you for telling us it's a venomous spider.
Yeah.
I thought a black widow was just her husband died.
I thought it was a lady whose husband died in a gang-related incident.
Yeah. And then she was always telling people, talk to the hands.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm trying to say is, does that mean we have to ban Spider-Man now from the movie theaters and DVDs? Like, you know?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, so I know the argument you're trying to make, Poseidon. You're just getting there in a very dumb. You're taking a dumb road to get there. But you're just saying anything can influence anyone.
You're taking a very dumb route.
Well, look. I'm gonna tell you something. It makes sense in my head, but when
fucking Mike's laugh.
There's no filter, so it just comes out, right? It's just that's where the dumb happens. It happens here, so.
Yeah, most people's brain is kind of like a circle, and your brain is flat.
It just keeps falling over. Yeah, it just keeps falling.
The words just keep falling over the edge,
and then they come out your mouth.
But I love how he was trying to explain to us what a black widow is. That was amazing. Yeah. And we're not talking about Biggie's wife. We're talking about an insect. It's so stupid. Anyways, Mike, do people already know that if they go to mikeward.ca, they're going to find all of your tour dates
that are postponed?
That are postponed. But also, Mike Ward Suzukut, the #1 French language podcast on the planet, right?
Yeah. The #1 comedy podcast in Canada on Spotify for now.
Until September.
Until Rogan. And then I'm going to be like the #1 show on Sirius before Howard showed up.
Yeah, that's how it's going to be, yeah.
I'm the guy hosting the hit list.
You're what's his name? That fucking guy who was on American Idol, Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah, I'm Ryan Seacrest.
You're Ryan Seacrest. So mikeward.ca. Go to Suzukut. You can also catch it on Patreon. Get all the stuff early. You subscribe to get the entire back catalog of videos, and also if you want to take the cheaper tier, you get all of that in audio. If you don't need video, maybe you don't need video, you just want that. So if you go to patreon.com/Suzukut, you get that. Patreon.com/Pantelis, you get all of my stuff. I just released a video today for everyone. It came out on Patreon first, but now it's up for everyone on YouTube with Poseidon. It's Poseidon eating. It's called Eats of a Simpleton. And it's a couple of, just some footage that he gave me of him going out to eat. And I thought it was funny, so I put a video up together. All these episodes are available every Wednesday on every podcasting platform out there. So share it, tell your friends, subscribe, like, do all the fucking stuff you do for podcasts. The Poseidon69 on Instagram and Twitter for Poseidon. Mike Ward CA on Twitter and Instagram to find Mike. You're also going to find us on Facebook. And I don't think there's anything I forgot. Did I forget anything, Mike?
Nah, that was it.
That was it. Thank you, Poseidon.
I think Poseidon has the final word.
Yeah.
Ciao, ciao.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.